ค่ะสวัสดีค่ะพ่อแม่พี่น้องด้วยจ้าเด้อเสียงแจ้วๆของเหมียวมาอีกแล้วกับภาษาอีสานบ้านเฮานั่นเองนะคะสำหรับบทความนี้นะคะภาษาอังกฤษเหมียวก็จะมาหัดเว้านะคะหัดอ่านนะคะกับบทความที่เป็นครั้งแรกที่หัดอ่านเป็นบทความที่ยาวมากๆนะคะตอนแรกลองเอากรอบลงมาวางใน Word นะคะก็ได้ประมาณ5-6 หน้านะคะพอปรับให้เป็นด่านนอนก็อย่างที่เห็นอยู่ในหน้าจอนะคะขยายตัวใหญ่นิดนึงนะคะกะได้ประมาณ3 หน้ากระดาษนะคะกะเดี๋ยวลองมาอ่านกันการฝึกครั้งนี้นะคะกะเดี๋ยวหลังจากนี้ขอบอกเป็นภาษาอังกฤษเลยนะคะ Hello everyone hello my friends and who will listen to my video or who everyone watching my video now and in this video I would love to show you how do I practice English by reading and this is the first time for me to pronounce to read the long story. This is the good challenges. I don't know how to say challenge, right? Good challenge or challenges yourself because it's long story, long article, long English. It's like you will learn how you can concentrate. How do you concentrate when you reading and it like concentrate and this is the first time for me. I would love to see I can do like concentrate. I will try to read it smoothly and I have to apologize first because maybe some of words I don't know how to pronounce. So, but I will try, okay? And okay, let's start. Simple ways to be better at remembering. When the sum total of humans' knowledge rests at arm's length away in each person's pocket, why do we have to remember anything anymore? On an average day, most of us check our smartphones 47 times and nearly double. That's if we are between the age of 18 and 24, which might explain why some of us have such a hard time processing the information we take into from memories. Smartphones alter the way we walk, talk, and think, and we were barely keeping up. Everything is available thoughts. Google search almost instantaneously. Everything is available thoughts. Google search almost instantaneously. So what motive do we have to store useless info? Said Joseph Deru, who directs New York University's Emotion Brain Institute. Mr. Ledoux, whose work focuses on how the brain forms memory, said this instant fact sets up clouds out judgments on what information to filter and store. Since we are no longer weighed down by having to return trivial data, we are left with greater cognitive space. But how do we select what we remember? He said there are two main kinds of memories. Explicit, which are created through conscious experience, and implicit, which form when past experience affects us, sometimes without our knowledge, as in reactions with fear in dangerous situations or getting sweaty palms. when you see a dog if you were once bitten. Memory is a variable thing, changing over time. Recalling a long-term memory brings us back into our short-term memories, which essentially gives it new context. Memory is therefore a reconstruction. Memory is therefore a reconstruction, not a photographic recording. And for economic purposes, our brains, unlike computers, are forever recording those memories, making them far more early points. On top of that, we now live inside dual skins and endless browser tabs. Headphones, streaming music, smartphones, bushings, co-workers catching with us on Slack. All while we should be performing the actual jobs we are paid to be doing. Many people seem unaware that they might accomplish more with sustenance. Uninterrupted attention to one task, says Nathan Cohen, a specialist in working memory at the University of Missouri. It can be exhilarating to flit from one conversation to another on Facebook. But people don't realize what's missing in the process. It's like having a delicious soup poured on your head. Often the people who think they are the best at sharing attention between tasks are actually missing the most. Mr. Reduce added, the brain does have limitations to what it can process or handle. They're both right, but there are still things. They are both right, but there are still things we can do to improve our memories. Repeat after me. As simple as it sounds, the repeat after me. As simple as it sounds, the repetitions of tasks, reading, or saying words over and over continues to be the best method for transforming short-term memory into long-term ones. To do that, we have to return our minds to focus on one task at a time. Sadly, most bypass this formula because we are already convinced we are productive. New connections are made in your brain when you learn. To remember what you learn, do what you probably disenjoyed. Repeat words, thoughts, and ideas over and over until you get them right. It is the easiest brain games there is. Take your time, forget screaming. Take your time, forget screaming. It doesn't work in college. It doesn't work now. Space repetition, Speech repetitions might be the best way. Robert Burke, the chair of UCLA's psychology department, said that quickly stuffing facts into our brains leads us to forget them in the long term. He even filmed a YouTube video series on the subject. When you reach knowledge and practice it often, its research has shown. So if you can incorporate what you're trying to remember into daily life, in daily over time, your changes of retaining its drastically improve. But once you stop researching that knowledge, your retention drops profoundly. But once you stop researching that knowledge, the returning drops profoundly. Researchers call this the forgetting curve. To get past it, space out your repetition over a few days and test the effect yourself. But be careful spacing out sections or scheduling them to concurrently seem. Let me try this one again. To get past it, space out your repetition over a few days and test the effect yourself. But be careful spacing out sessions or scheduling them to concurrently seem to slow gains. So find a healthy medium that works. This is a good way to effectively start taking a new language. Sit down and stay put. Memory and focus on hand in hand. Dr. Kwan suggests rearranging our office setup. Such one. Again, let me try again. Sit down and stay put. Memory and focus on hand in hand. Dr. Kwan suggests rearranging our office setup as one way to improve focus. He believes the collaborative startup design and open offices built by Silicon Valley's Hooded CEOs actually make us far less productive because they create added distractions. How do you stay on task if your coworkers is piloting a drone or loudly snaking just in case away? The liberty of the open workplace cannot be helping this situation. Dr. Kwan said, adhering to workspaces without desks, physical barriers and privacy, but with a plethora of things. Yoga rooms, rock climbing, and gardens can be great perks, but they can make it difficult to deliver on deadline with so much stimuli. stimuli. Multiple students have found that procrastination leads to stress and downright kills focus. Stop engaging in useless tasks like surfing the web and just tackle whatever it is you need to work on. Then watch your focus soar and your memory improve. Dr. Kwan said both perform better when they aren't checking on each other, pushing so-called life hacks. Incentivize moments and read cues. Minds wander constantly. For students, adding frequent tests incentivizes focus because they know they will be quick. Harvard's researchers report this approach decreases daydreaming by 50%, improve the result. Daniel Schechter, a psychologist and a co-author of the Harvard student study, who also wrote The Seven Sins of Memory, said the track is focused. Daniel Schechter, a psychologist and a co-author of the Harvard student study, who also wrote The Seven Sins of Memory, said the trick is focus. For some tasks, like online surfing, divided attention sounds harmless, but when we are behind on well, is anything but. That forgetfulness can change the course of entire lives. The more serious vulnerability of memory, he added. Mr. Schechter suggests employing cues, visuals or verbal, for items like keys, so accessories, places, and things, and out electronic devices can help remind us. Everything from mobile vaccination and immunization alerts to apps like Wax. What can remind you that you left your baby in the car? It can sound silly, but it's also tragic when we fall. Memory is very cue dependent, he said, referring to some things he calls absent-minded memory follow. Most say it could never happen to me, but it's a very long list of responsible people. Memory is very cue dependent, he said, referring to some things he calls absent-minded memory failure. Most say it could never happen to me, but it's a very long list of responsible people that it has happened to. When you don't have that cue, you can forget almost anything, he added. The really tricky things about absent-minded Memory failures it can affect almost anything if the cue is not present at the moment you need to catch a reaction. A simple way around that is to set memory reminders. Even better, combine a few of these techniques. Write your reminders on a post-it and put it on your desk so you are forced to repeatedly look at it over a prolonged period. Incorporating the practice of speech repetition build on your memory by combining these approaches. Modern life offers few guarantees, but using even one of these tips is surely an improvement. A lot of people are overconfident that they can handle distractions. Mr. Schweitzer said, doing two things at once away has an effect. Be aware of the situation you are in and understand when you let attention divide you. You are likely to pay the price in some situation. It may not matter, but it could change everything. Okay, it's long story for me because I read slow and many words I don't know how to pronounce, but this is the first time for me, but I think it's not so good to read because sometimes I cannot stop what I read. I try to read together, it's not good conversation. Okay, but thank you for watching, and I will try in the next time to continue what I'm read. Thank you. Bye.